Welcome back, Honestman, Skyrim, blind first playthrough. We are back into the Western Frontier after our night of shenanigans and drinking. We are over near Dragon Bridge, and on the docket today, we'll see how far we actually get. But we want to get to Fulgunther, and we want to get to whatever this is. Ustengrav. Those are the big quest destinations on my radar here. But I figure we'll go northeast to Solitude first and then push east from there. So that's the game plan. I'm going to get moving here. Between sessions, I did go ahead and grind some blacksmithing. Not sure which way to go. There should be a road up here, though. But I did grind some blacksmithing, so I got that up to 40. And my method, looks like a troll. My method was, I've been hoarding leather. So I made a whole bunch of leather armor, chest pieces. And that burned through a lot of my leather, the majority of the leather that I had hoarded to this point in the game. I miss him again, really? Get out of here with that. So yeah, I created a bunch of leather armor to help grind blacksmithing, and then I also started making a little bit of jewelry. I think I discovered a few big mistakes, or maybe mistakes is overstating it, but wasn't doing things quite optimally. The gems that I've been accumulating, by and large, I've just been selling those. But I think the correct approach there is to save them for use in smithing jewelry. I think that's the right way to go. So I did a little bit of jewelry, but I had a very small stock of gems on hand with which to do that. And then I also just did some straight up, I think I did some silver rings and maybe gold necklace, but I did not have a whole lot of materials for jewelry. But I think going forward, I'm going to want to hold on to those gems, sapphires and whatnot, like I said, for crafting, for jewelry. Oh, it's up on the top of the hill here? Is that what we're doing? In a similar vein, let's take a peek. In a similar vein to the jewelry, I had picked up... Oh, you can't get all the way to the top? That's disappointing. Come on, guys. What is that building, though? I had picked up a spell a long, long time ago. I don't even know where I got it. But I had picked up an alteration spell, transmute. Transmute one piece of unrefined ore to silver or silver to gold if the caster is carrying any. I don't know what I was looking at. I could have sworn this spell said once per day. Clearly it does not say that, and I was imagining things. So I had learned this spell long, long ago, but for some reason I had it in my head, oh, only once per day. You know, that's a nice gimmick, probably not practical. It does not say once per day. It just says one piece. So I have not looked at abusing this yet. I did transmute one piece of iron to silver just to sort of prove the concept, as it were. But this is definitely something I could have and should have been using more of, I think. And you can see my alteration skill is level 16. So I've virtually done nothing with alteration. And I think even the one level that I got was from like Mage Light. So I have not been using this whatsoever. But I think this is key to be able to get silver and gold for jewelry to grind smithing. That might not actually be optimal. Again, I'll just remind everyone this is a blind first playthrough. So I'm sure there's all sorts of information online to tell me that I'm way off base here and there's much better ways of doing it. But just from what I can glean, that seems to be a strategy.
If you've come to Solitude to join the Legion, speak to Rika. If not, just keep your nose clean while you're here, or you'll end up like Rogvir.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who any of those people are. You talk to me like I do, which is weird. Okay, so Solitude is the Imperial capital, I'm going to assume.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Positions.
Sorry, you need to go home. Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
You betrayed us! Traitor! You should tell her that her uncle is scum that betrayed his high king. With it! Best she know now, Advar.
They're all hard, Vivian.
Rogvir, you helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrig. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
Traitor!
Oh, shit.
There was no murder. Ulfric challenged Torrig. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Stand back. Interrupting an execution is a serious crime.
On this day, I go to Sovngarde.
Some gate guard you were!
I think they expected more.
He died well.
Good riddance to bad rubbish, I say.
Feel free to make requests.
What are you, a bard?
That's definitely going in my part of the Edda.
New in town, right? If you need a place to sleep, head over to the Winking Skeever. We keep a fine inn.
This one's a favorite of mine. A legend we all know and love.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
Yeah, what's with that name?
Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink.
Okay. You had a skeever as a pet.
They were smaller back then.
Weird. Heard any rumors?
Varnius Junius stopped by here on his way to court. He was worried about something. I'm sure Falk Firebeard could tell you what.
Anything else?
People say there's a man wandering the streets near the Blue Palace. He seems distressed, but he's not making any sense.
What else?
I think the Bard's College might be looking for recruits. You should speak to the head of the college, Viarmo, if you're interested.
Interesting. I think I might check that out, actually. Anything else?
I've heard Jari Raz hanging around the Wells district, looking for new blood to hire.
Sounds like an assassin. Okay.
Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore.
Feel free to make requests.
You make a good living as a bard?
Oh, no. But being surrounded by good music, good drink, and good friends is all I've ever asked for.
Okay. What's the word around town?
Generally, if you want rumors, you should talk to Corpulus. That said, I did see a visitor pass through on his way to the Blue Palace.
You mentioned that. So you remember the Bard College?
Only in that I'm a graduate. I work here at the Winking Skeever. I would highly recommend it, though. Talk to Viarmo if you're interested.
Fiarmo, yes. All right.
You should think about staying the night. Corpulus keeps a clean inn.
Blacksmith here.
Spare some gold for a veteran? Can you spare a septum? I was the finest scout in the Legion once. Tracked down all the places in the wilds that were causing people trouble. Lost my helmet in one of the old caves. My pretty, pretty helmet. Life just got worse after that. Kept losing things. So many things.
What if I could find that helmet?
Oh, you could? I sure would love to have it again. Could show you some of my old scouting tricks.
Consider it done, my good man. And here's a gold.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
Were you really in the army, though?
What? You see a man falling on hard times, and you think he's been like that forever? I was there. I fought in the Great War. I was on the field at Anvil. And when I was struck down, they left me. You understand? They left me for dead. I didn't leave them. I do miss that helmet.
Sit tight. Okay, I'll definitely check out. I mean, they look locked right now, which is weird.
A coin or two for a veteran? It's not much to ask.
Unless this is not actually a blacksmith, but it sure seems like perhaps a blacksmith.
I'm not interested, Jari. It doesn't matter how many times you ask.
My cousin's out fighting dragons, and what do I get? Guard duty.
You're missing out on some wonderful opportunities working in that bar. You look new. I'm new too. I think we could be friends.
Argonian, huh?
You're passing through Solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes?
Always. What do you have in mind?
It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us were very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Deja and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things.
Treasure hunter, huh? Isn't that code for thief? I'm listening, though.
I knew you looked like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats, the Ice Runner. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run aground.
So you want me to have lighthouse duty?
What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot to be shared. Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot.
What about the sailors on the boat?
Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash. It would be best if we spoke little until you've completed your task.
Indeed.
Keep the cold at bay with our spiced wine.
Spiced wine, did you say?
You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you?
What do you need from the docks?
Well, I've got a shipment of spices the East Empire Company is holding up. I need someone to convince them to release it.
Yeah, shouldn't be a problem.
Great. Get back to me when you're done and I'll give you something for your time. Good luck out there. Seems like a tough time to be wandering Skyrim.
Get your fresh fruit and produce here.
This might be the biggest city I've been to yet. Blue Palace. Okay. This definitely is not the docks. I'll be back.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what can I help you with?
You make armor for these guys?
It's almost all I have time for these days. The men training here in Solitude, and the troops out in the field, they all need weapons and armor. You should look into joining. They could use every hand they can get.
So, you're pretty dedicated to the Empire then?
To be honest, no. But High King Torrig supported them. And now, her Lady Elisif has thrown in with them. You could say I'm a king's man at heart. I guess that's Jarl's man now. My loyalty lies with Solitude. So, where Jarl Elisif leads, I follow.
Have you considered joining yourself?
I think I would, if it weren't for my son and my wife. Oh, Seema would have my hide if I even suggested I might step foot on a battlefield. You think Stormcloaks and Legionnaires are dangerous? Ha! Return anytime you need arms or armor. My forge never rests.
Okay, I could not find the docks for the life of me. And ultimately, that's just a really big city. So I'll chit-chat with those folks and see what's going on at a later date.
If you're looking for
there's our
opportunities
guy.
to make some coin, well, I'm your man.
There's our guy. But yeah, trying not to get too bogged down in sort of small talk on the stream. So, looking for more exciting stuff, for sure. Oh, there's an anchor. Maybe this is the way to the docks. Ah. Okay. Well, nevertheless, me getting those spices released definitely looks like a small-time sort of side quest to me, so probably not going to waste too much time on the recording for it. I'm just going to go for a nice refreshing swim here. Whoa. Looks like a mirelurk. Mud crab. Alright. Something else that I should mention, so I had done a bunch of grinding on smithing, which was enough to get me a level up, but then I did not put that level up into smithing. Part of my plan prior to that was improving my bow. Here we go. This is what we want. So I stayed the course and put a perk point into sneak to increase my bow sneak attack damage. So that is where that point went. I think maybe next level I'll look at getting elven armor smithing. I now have a full set of elven gear, but it's not enhanced at all. It's not fortified at all. So seems like, ooh, black soul gem. Wow. I've never seen that before. I think that bodes well for good loot. There's a lot of blood. Adventurer. Puzzles. That looks like a hidden door. Keyhole. Oh, I don't have the thing. Need the ivory claw to use this. Okay, maybe it's a different claw. Alright. Had serious remorse for giving that guy his gold claw back. Another adventurer. Common soul gem. Is the black soul gem worth like 750? It was really high. I hear something. I totally did not step on that pressure plate. Come on. Call shenanigans. There we go. Right in the foot. Did he come up? I'm just gonna blast him with the fire there. Looks like some long sight lines here. I can't believe I missed that. There's a triple. I'm just clipping them. These guys are undead, right? You gotta go Dawnbreaker. There we go. That's some Dawnbreaker there. Blew him up. Would have been better if that was the first guy I killed, but nevertheless. Is this our path? Whoa! Oh, it's just water. I thought that was gonna be a fall at first. Oh, I see the coin purse there or something. I'll take care of that later. Can I get out of here? There we go. Danos Valen. I definitely hear footsteps. Ivory Dragon Claw. There we go. We need that. His notes. How to summarize a lifetime of research. So little of what I have learned matters now. The petty politics of ancient times, the age-long campaigns to wipe out all mention of the Gauldur name. I know not what awaits us within Fulgenthur. So here then is the truth of the tale, as best as I've been able to piece it together. In the opening days of the First Era, the Archmage Gauldur was revered throughout the north. Wisdom, wealth, honor, and power were his, and even Isgrimor's heirs sought his counsel. Smothered by his shadow, Gauldur's 3 sons grew cruel and resentful. They lusted after their father's power and prestige, and eventually Uric, the eldest, discovered its source, a mysterious amulet from which he never parted. Together, they conspired to murder their father in his sleep and divide his amulet between them, and so it was done. Consumed by their newfound power, the brothers laid waste to the surrounding villages. So great was the carnage that the High King himself intervened, sending a company of battle mages led by the Archmage Geirmund to subdue the brothers, and after devastating battle, the 3 fled the field. Mikrol, the youngest, was run to ground in Fulgenthur, the ancient barrows at the foot of Solitude. And though he fought for 3 days and nights, he was at last overcome and entombed there, his crypt sealed by an ivory claw. Geirmund pursued Uric to the shattered crypts of Sarthal, half buried even then. 10 veteran wizards fell before Uric's elemental magic, but he could not overcome them altogether. He too fell, and was sealed within the ruined city. And at last, Sigdis was cornered in the southernmost reaches of Skyrim. He challenged Lord Geirmund to a duel, knowing his foe was honor-bound to accept. And they clashed in a battle, matched strength with strength, and fell together on the field before Ivarstead. The High King ordered a tomb built for Geirmund on the lake which still bears his name, and had Sigdis sealed within, forever guarded by the one who slew him. Gauldur himself was interred in a cave not far from where his tower once stood, in the place called Reachwater Rock. And when it was done, King Harold issued an edict. The name and deeds of Gauldur and his sons were to be expunged from every record, every chronicle, under pain of death. No word of them was to be spoken, lest any try to recover the amulet that had been sealed at so great a cost. And so it was done, but a little survived the ages. Enough. 4,000 years have passed, and the tombs remain sealed. The fragments of the Gauldur amulet lie within, and since the day I first heard the rumor, I have felt its power, calling to me, pulling at me. I will be the one to reclaim it, restore it, bear it out to the world once more. I must have it. I must. Indeed, and that is what brings us here, because I had found a piece of that amulet. That was the same dungeon, which I thought was just going to be a little minor thing, where I received the Orb of Meridia, which I returned to her temple not long ago. In that same place, I picked up a piece of this amulet, which is here, Gauldur Amulet Fragment, increases stamina by 30. So, clearly there's another one here. Something tripped the trap. Go. And this dum-dum. Yeah, we're just murdering dudes now. Pressure switch on the left there that I saw. Really seems like he's gonna come alive. Yeah. Get some of that Dawnbringer. Ooh. It's a whole lot of switches. A whole lot of doors. Just gotta guess this last one here. Left. Oh. Okay. Just seems to move one. That seems to move one. That one moves two. That one moves two. Hey. Is he trying to bait me here? Yeah, I was pretty down on the Dawnbringer when I first got it. I was pretty disappointed because the base damage is really nothing special. A lever there. But it does seem to have just charges for days. And against undead, I guess the explodey part is pretty nice. White, okay. Okay, I'm gonna secure this area and get my bearings. I'm not quite sure what we're dealing with. Looks like another puzzle in here. Okay, so the pattern we see here is bird, whale, snake. Right. So, just confirming, this is indeed the puzzle. Snake or bird. Okay, so both sides should match now. So I expect this to work. Hey. There we go. Spiders. Ah, the worst. That's a big one. There we go. Been picking up these soul gems, so may as well fill them, right? Oh wow, another one. Okay. Better run away. Alright, maybe running away isn't the greatest thing. There's still one more, wasn't there? Anybody else? Didn't think so. Oh no, not this again. That's a different symbol though, right? Oh, the animal is different, but it's still... Okay, here we go again. Okay, so I see... This sort of looks like fire. I see claws here. I see wings here. Wings, claws, fire. But then on this side I see claws, wings, fire. So how does that... They don't agree with each other. So it's like rock, paper, scissors. Fire, wings. And I don't know which side. Claws, wings. Okay, I feel like I'm really going on a limb here, but... And I don't know if it's top to bottom or bottom to top. We got fire and wings. And we're going to say that's the bottom one. Dragon is obviously fire. Bird is obviously wings. I would say if we're doing rock, paper, scissors, dragon beats bird. We've got wolf, bird. Bird has to beat something, so we'll say we'll say bird beats wolf, and then wolf for the final one. Or is that even... Yeah, so wolf and dragon. Ugh. I don't feel confident about that. Wolf beats dragon. Something's got to beat dragon now. Alright, yeah, they didn't like that. Maybe we flip it. Let's try that. Nope. Hesitated there for a second. Thought I might have it. Or maybe it's the one that's not. Right, so we've got dragon and bird, so wolf. We've got bird and wolf, so dragon. Then we have wolf and dragon, so bird. And once again, I don't know if it's top to bottom or bottom to top. We'll give this a try and then reverse them. Oh, come on. Okay, so I have spent a crazy amount of time trying to divine what this corridor could possibly be communicating. And you broke me, Skyrim. You broke me. So I had to look it up. And the hint was to look at the Ivory Dragon Claw in inventory, which I didn't even know you could do. Like, because I'm always just scrolling through here, I don't even know that I can interact with these things. But apparently, if you wiggle the right stick a little bit, it says zoom. So, oh, okay. Zoom. And that's the code. But even this is hard to see. Like, I don't know how to make this bigger. But it looks like bird, bird, dragon. To me. So let's give that a try. Not happy. Not happy about that. Okay. I'm getting flanked. That's all we need. Yeah, run away. Where'd the boss go, though? Is that him? Oh, he ran away, too. Get back here. Done? Yeah, Dawnbringer is just so good for these guys. Alright, I'm going to canvas the area and then see what we get. I mean, I assume the amulet is on this guy, right? Got it. As well as the Gauldur Black Blade. Absorb health. Ooh. Ooh. That's pretty fancy. Okay, now I'm going to canvas the area, but I think we're all done here. There we go. And indeed, there was nothing worth finding. Just minor stuff from the enemies. Ooh. Frost breath. Interesting. Okay. Guess there was some goodies left after all. Flawed Varla stone. I don't know what these stones are for. I found one other one like this, I believe. Gold. Alright. Okay, I'll have to get my bearings a little bit, but this, we came back out, basically. Oh, right. Yeah, here we are. And that's going to be a wrap. Mission accomplished. At least we chalked this one off the list. Next time, it's going to be the Horn of Jorgen Windcaller. Assuming I don't get sidetracked. But until then, thank you all so much. Please like and subscribe. This has been Honestman, and I'll see you next time with more Skyrim.